When we were thinking about who could be our guest speaker for the evening, we cycled through a lot of names, and when our thoughts rested on a particular person, we all looked at each other and said, "This is it. This is the year for Wendy to speak." Wendy and Fred. Fred just arrived. He flew in from what city? Las Vegas. Okay, well, it's a lot cooler here. Wendy and Fred have been members of WISE for a very long time, at least as long as I can remember. And they have contributed of themselves in so many different ways. Wendy was a regular at services and Saturday mornings for many, 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 many years, and now even attends our Torah study regularly. You just retired this year as Director of Service Learning at Milken. She was there for 20 years. That's a long time. She's served on the Wise Temple Board. She's a member of the Board of Jewish Family Services. Why am I talking about Wendy and not Fred? Because Wendy's going to be standing here. Fred's going to be listening. Wendy's a member of the California Teachers Collaborative for Holocaust and Genocide Education. She's a mentor, teacher, and facilitator with educators from 51 California school districts. And though she's retired from Milken, she's still doing a lot of this stuff, right? She's a regular, along with Fred, walker at Pride Day and AIDS Walk. You chalked up 31 years of walking. She is the mother of Aaron and Elliot, and as I said, the wife of Fred. Aaron and Elliot are both Wise School and Milken graduates. She's here to tell us a little bit about the Ordower family story.
Thank you, Rabbi Stern. I am a proud, wise parent. I have always been. I always will be. When we joined Stephen Wise Temple and enrolled our two young boys in the day school, we began a journey of discovery and growth for our whole family. Our older son Aaron made friends quickly and enjoyed learning with his new teachers and classmates. He loved learning and was blessed with skilled and compassionate classroom educators. He mixed well with his peers in the WISE community. He always had play dates with friends where they'd play sports or play video games. Life was good. When sixth grade began to unfold, he set the compass on Milken High School and easily made the transition. It was an easy carpool pivot across the bridge and around the corner on Mulholland. Aaron was also an enthusiastic day and overnight Sierra Adventure Camp participant. He loved the trips, the outdoors, and had a full set of friends there as well. He especially loved water sports, enjoyed camp with good friends from Milken and other schools. This was our son, a sweet, kind, handsome young man. When the time came to prepare for his bar mitzvah, he connected with Rabbi Hersher and worked hard to write his thoughtful speech. He loved the seventh grade year of socializing and partying and was often double booked every weekend attending his friends' simchas. To this day, he remains in contact with Rabbi Eli Hersher. It is his Torah portion this week, Shalach La. Aaron loved listening to music and enjoyed learning about new artists. He loved the divas, Gloria Estefan, Beyonce, Celine Dion, Madonna. I even took him to some of those concerts. Today I wonder, was this an early clue that he might be gay? Life was good. As middle school melted into high school, new friends were added to the mix from the other feeder schools. A love for language and political science evolved into Model UN participation. Eventually, he became the secretariat, where he was in charge of all the proceedings. Was this a clue that he'd devote his life to public service? When a classmate was diagnosed with MS, Aaron was not only a caring friend, but he also led the charge with his friends to support her by raising money for MS research and prevention. He always had a date for school dances. He escorted his date Rena to the prom. She was a terrific prom date and good friend who was valedictorian of his class. Aaron was always curious about the world and eager to expand his language fluency. I am sure the Hebrew that he learned here was a great foundation for adding French, Spanish, and Portuguese. Summers were for travel. In 2004, Aaron moved on to Berkeley, where he continued his Model UN involvement, becoming the secretariat at the college level as well. After graduation, he went on to a birthright trip to Israel. After the trip, he brought a male friend to the house, and perhaps it was a mother's intuition, but I thought that the relationship had something more than a pure friendship quality. In 2009, at age 22, Aaron was in Washington, D.C., working for the World Bank. Fred and I were visiting for Pesach. Aaron asked to have a family talk in our hotel room after dinner. He shared he was gay, and he hoped we would accept his life. We were both surprised. But this was his life to live. At the same time, Fred and I were shocked. We had a whole different series of dreams for both our boys. Our biggest challenge was coming to terms with all the hopes, dreams, and aspirations for a life with a daughter-in-law and grandchildren who look and act like our son. As parents, we had a sleepless night. Questions about our powers of observations and what we may have done wrong for this outcome coursed through our heads. My husband felt he should have worked less, been a different role model, etc. None of that was a reason. We realized our son was destined to be who he was at birth. We received wise counsel from Ian Russ, who I know spoke before the congregation not too long ago. He's an amazing human being and therapist who not only comforted us with his support, but also told us about the percentages of children who are likely to be gay or lesbian in a given sampling of 100 children. Looking back at the 6th grade class here today, he was spot on. To our great joy, each of 6 young people who have come out as gay and lesbian have been lovingly embraced by their families and friends in this congregation. Once we spoke to the therapist, our task was to keep loving our son as he is. I'm proud to say that his younger brother, Elliot, led the way. He said with astounding foresight and wisdom, he's almost 3 years younger, "It's no big deal, Mom. What's the difference?" Our family members took in the new information and continued their loving relationship with Aaron. In fact, all my boys, Fred, Aaron, and Elliot said about this evening, "Go for it, Mom. We know that whatever you say will be the right thing." Occasionally, friends asked, "When did you know? How did you feel about this?" I say to each of you, it is their journey to seek their own destiny. As parents, we need to support a healthy and happy child. That is most important. We have to be patient with family members who cannot accept this new information yet. They need time to marinate on this issue until they are able. Don't be defensive when confronted by people still struggling with acceptance of this new reality. Love will eventually bring them around. Fast forward to 2024. Aaron got his master's from UCLA, Luskin in urban and regional planning. He worked in the mayor's office in New York City for Councilman Krikorian and the LA City Council, and now works for County Commissioner Lindsay Horvath. He is a fellow in the Jewish Federation New Leaders Project. He is engaged to Matt, a lovely man who makes Aaron very happy. Our son lives a purposeful life, and we see him and his partner often. We are truly blessed. Thank you.